Welcome to the Onefootball Daily show. Here is what's coming up. Plenty of transfer talk, including the latest Manchester City rumours. Liverpool get ready to take on Roma in the Champions League, and a wildcard candidate looks to be leading the pack in the race to replace Arsene Wenger. But before we start, make sure you subscribe and comment on the video, and then we'll pick out the best ones to be used in tomorrow's show. Manchester City are apparently willing to entertain offers for John Stones. At 47.5 million quid, Stones was the most expensive defender of all time when he arrived at City, but his time there hasn't really gone very smoothly, and since Laporte's arrival in January, it's apparently been decided that he is surplus to requirements. Fernando Llorente could also be upping sticks this summer after a disappointing season warming the bench at Spurs. But rather than adding another club to his already impressive list, Llorente could be heading back to Bilbao, where he previously spent 12 years leading the line. Gary Cahill says he's had enough of having to prove himself at Chelsea. Cahill was left out of some big games by Conte this season, and he failed to make Southgate's latest England squad. But Gary, you're always welcome back at Villa Park. And Manchester City are getting closer and closer to securing the signature of Napoli midfielder Jorginho, who Pep sees as a potential replacement for tired-out workhorse Yaya Toure. The Serie A side are expected to demand at least 60 million euros. Now, get involved. Would Jorginho be a good signing for City? Where do you think Stones will end up? And what about Cahill? Do you think it's fair that he's unsatisfied at Stamford Bridge? Let us know. Liverpool host Roma tonight in the first leg of the Champions League semi-final, and in some quarters it's being predicted, and not without a sinister hint of hope, that former Roma man Mohamed Salah is going to have lumps kicked out of him by his old teammates. Meanwhile, Jurgen Klopp has asked the supporters to make sure they're on their best behaviour ahead of the match. After the infamous warm welcome extended by the Scousers to the Manchester City team bus before the first leg of the quarter-final, the Liverpool manager has asked his fans to keep it civil and refrain from hoying any missiles at their opponents. Please show them the respect they deserve, says Kloppo. But it won't be as bad as all that. Salah is still pals with his former teammates, and the Roma bus is guaranteed a slightly gentler arrival at Anfield, given that Raheem Sterling won't be on it. Now, with the question of Arsene Wenger's replacement still wide open, Arsenal chief executive Ivan Gazidis has dropped a fairly interesting name: Mikel Arteta. The former club captain is currently a coach at Man City, but he lacks any real managing experience. Still, with Gazidis stating that the club needed to be brave and bold with their new appointment, Arteta's relative greenness might not hurt his chances of landing the job. Since he started working with Pep, the Spaniard has gained a reputation as a fairly handy coach with plenty of fresh ideas. Exactly what Arsenal need after Wenger's 22-year regime is finally toppled. And with 51 days left to go now until the start of the World Cup, here is a big fun fact. 51 players have appeared in their country's squad at 4 separate World Cup tournaments. Now, that's it for today. Remember to subscribe and like and leave your comments below. Here come your best comments from yesterday, and see you tomorrow.